Hello everyone, and welcome to another video, and welcome to David Bryant, episode 9. In this episode, the new version of David Bryant is talking to Persephone. He was talking to Persephone at the same time that he was talking to Annie, so, as you've probably realised from the previous video, sometimes I got confused. Hello there, he said. Good afternoon, said Persephone. Good afternoon, he said. How you doing? I'm good, thanks. Do I know you? She asked. I guess not. Or probably you might have, but not so sure, he said. I'm David Bryant by name, from Houston, Texas, USA. I'm not sure I quite understand that, said Persephone. I live in Kirkwall on Orkney off the north coast of Scotland. Oh, wow! Pleasure to meet with you, miss. I haven't had any friend from Scotland. This is my first time. And I don't know anyone in Houston, she said. Oh, wow! Then I guess it's really nice to meet you and have you as a friend here. What's your job profession, if I may ask? 'Cause you look more like a lawyer. I don't work, said Persephone. My divorce settlement supports me. OK, and let me introduce myself properly. I'm a supervisor contractor engineer, working with one of the biggest shell company in Germany at the northern part of the sea, Unit 002 department, he said. Probably just as well he didn't say 007, but I'm sure I could have thought of some retorts if he had. What kind of shell company? Asked Persephone. An oil and gas production company, he said. Which one? Wintershall, he said. I don't think I've heard of them. Where are you at sea? And this is why I got confused in the previous video. I told you already that I'm in Germany. Why are you really so interested in my job? What do you mean? Asked Persephone. You told me what you do. Sorry if you didn't want me to be interested in you. Why are you so interested in where I live? I just want to know, that's all, he said. Or do you have any problem with that? It's you that has a problem, said Persephone, copying and pasting the bit where he said, why are you really so interested in my job? If you don't think I should be interested in your job, then I don't see why you should be interested in where I live. So what can we talk about if we can't talk about your job? And why did you tell me what you do if you don't want me to talk about it? But I thought I already told you what I do for a living, he said. So other thing would you want to know about it? I asked where you are at sea, but you decided to be rude. So I don't want to know anything else about your job, but I won't tell you anything about myself either. I'll just give you a short general answer, but not tell you any details, because obviously I wouldn't want you to be interested in me if you don't want me to be interested in you. Beats me why you bothered to send me a friend request. You're always free to ask me anything, he said, but I've tried my best to tell you what I can say. So if I can ask you anything, where are you at sea? And just to remind you how rude you were, this was what you said, when I thought we were having a pleasant conversation and I was being interested in you. Obviously now I'm not interested in you. And if why are you really so interested in my job really is I've tried my best to tell you what I can say, then you can go away. I've never met anyone that wouldn't, or couldn't, tell you about their job. Goodbye. I told you about my job, and I'm not rude to anyone, nor either you, OK? I'm not going to force myself into you. I already told you my job, and if you feel not talking to me would make you feel good, then you can go ahead. I only asked where are you at sea, said Persephone. If you can't be civil enough to give a proper sensible answer, then you can go away. It seems such an innocent question. Goodness alone knows why you found it so offensive, and if you don't know where you are, the sat-nav on your phone will tell you. I'm at North Sea, he said. The North Sea lies between Great Britain, Norway, Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands and Belgium, and a Peric Sea on the European continental shelf. It connects to the Atlantic Ocean through the English Channel in the south and the Norwegian Sea in the north. Yeah, we've done all that, said Persephone. Stop repeating yourself. We haven't, of course. That was in the previous video, where he was talking to Annie. Where are you? In the North Sea? An Aperic Sea, he said. What are you burbling on about an Aperic Sea? Said Persephone. What on earth does that mean? You said you were in Germany. Yeah, I'm in Germany, but the sea gets connected to lots of countries, he said. And here's that helpful map again, in case you're wondering where the North Sea is. So hard at sea. You're in Germany. What's that you're burbling on about? An eperic sea? I've never heard of it. I'm an engineer, and we're in production of mineral resources and some crude oil, he said. I thought I told you earlier back. That doesn't tell me what an eperic sea is. I tried asking you about your job, and you decided to be rude to me, remember? It's a sea, connected to lots of countries, he said. OK, she said, never heard of it before. Have explained about this so much to you, but you're not just understanding me. No, you haven't, said Persephone. Are you talking to someone else? No, I'm not, said our man, who was also talking to Annie. You're very rude, aren't you? Said Persephone. I'm not rude. Stop saying that. I asked where you are at sea, and you were rude to me, she said, copying and pasting the bit where he was rude to her. OK, I'm sorry if you think I was being rude, he said. I don't think it, I know it. I was just trying to have a friendly conversation because I was interested in your work. So I'll ask you once more, in case you feel like giving me a friendly, sensible answer. Where are you? In the North Sea? The sat-nav on your phone should tell you if you've lost your sense of direction. The North Sea region, he said, is located within Schleswig, Holstein and Lower Saxony states. Goodness, the entire North Sea is surrounded by Schleswig-Holstein and Lower Saxony. Did the sea shrink or did those states expand? Yes, it do expand, he said. Oh, OK, maybe there's been some volcanic activity and the land has risen. Probably, he said. Maybe there's a new volcano that no one has noticed. Can you kindly send me your WhatsApp number or email address so we can get with each other as friends, he said. And so, of course, they moved to chat. And over on chat. Hi, dear. Nice to meet with you here, he said. Hi, said Persephone. I came home yesterday. I went to stay with one of my daughters for Christmas. Oh, wow! Welcome back home, dear. So where exactly are you right now? Exactly, asked Persephone. I have two armchairs next to each other right now. I'm sitting on the one nearest the window. Where exactly are you right now? I'm in Germany, he said, being as general as possible. Working, but will soon be back to the state. That doesn't tell me exactly where you are, said Persephone. That just tells me which country you're in. I asked the same question you asked me. Where exactly are you right now? I'm in my couch, relaxing, dear, he said. OK, what have you been doing? She asked. Working, he said. What about you? I had a lovely day, she said. It's been cold here, but it wasn't raining. So I went to one of my favourite places in Orkney, the Ring of Brodgar, so special and spiritual this time of year. What were you doing at work? I've told you what my job profession is so many times, said our man, who had no idea what he'd done at work that day because he hadn't been to work. Maybe I should send you a video so you could understand properly. Give me some few minutes, he said. I didn't ask what your job profession is. I asked what you were doing at work today. So he sent her a video.
Suéltale, Mike, suéltale, suéltale, Mike. Suéltale, Mike, suéltale, Mike. Bájalo ahí en la parrilla. Despacio.
I did a video in other for you to see what we've been working on ever since today, he said. That doesn't include paperwork or supervising my boys. What did you actually do at work today? She said. Wait for the video, said our man. You'll understand properly once you finish watching the video. So you spent all day using a big spanner and shouting in a language I don't understand. Why did I need a video for that? Now tell me what you were actually doing at work today, please. I told you what I did. I'd appreciate the same courtesy from you. That was my working, repairing the rig pipeline board, and I was busy supervising them all. I also had to do the video, so you could see what you've been doing. No, you didn't do the video, so I could magically see what you've been doing. You didn't know I was going to ask, she said. What language were you speaking in that video? They were speaking German and Dutch, I think, said our man. I only communicate with English to everyone here. And if anyone can tell me what language they were speaking in that video, please leave it in the comments below. I'm fairly certain it was neither German nor Dutch. I wonder if possibly it was Italian. You think? You were the one shouting at them, said Persephone, or does your supervisory role only extend to holding the camera, while the person on your right does the actual supervision and tells the workers what to do, and you spend all day leaning on a railing with a camera in your hand, watching two men holding large spanners, while someone else on your right shouted at them and told them what to do? Now, would you like to try again and tell me what you did at work today, please? I already told you, he said. Stop putting me into long talk. No, you didn't, said Persephone. You made a 40-second video. What did you do for the other 7 hours, 59 minutes and 20 seconds? I was supervising, he said. What were you supervising? And why won't you tell me what you were doing? I was supervising my workers, he said. You know, these scammers, they get stuck in a rut. They supervise their workers. They don't know what that means, but that's what they do. How dare you question them? I'm beginning to think you're telling me stories to try to impress me, but I've no idea what you're talking about. Don't you know what is supervision? Said our man, who had no idea what supervision is. Why would I impress you? I do, said Persephone. So tell me, what were the workers doing? How were you supervising them? Were you checking their work? If so, how were you telling them what needs doing? If so, how did you know? Was there a worksheet? Did you do an inspection first, etc., etc.? You know, tell me what you did today. Why would I impress you? You very definitely are not impressing me. I've been supervising all day, said our man. And if you really can't tell me what you did at work, I'll know you're lying to me. That should be clear to you, he said. You keep questioning me. So one last chance to tell me what you did at work. I gave you lots of helpful clues above. Read them before you give me another childish answer, because you're acting like a teenage idiot who has absolutely no idea what the job involves. What is even wrong with you, he said. Are you crazy or something? So either A, you are a teenage idiot who has no idea what the job involves, or B, you really are doing the job, and you can describe it to me. Who gave you the gods to even question me? He said. I wonder which it is, A or B, and if you persist with the rude, offended, childish answers, then I know the answer is A, you are a teenage idiot who has no idea what the job involves. Then get lost, said our man. So why don't you tell me who you really are, and what you really do? Won't argue with you, he said. I'm too big for this. You mean you won't admit you're a teenage idiot? Get lost, he tried again. You aren't big enough for this. You need to grow up and at least learn how to pretend to be an adult, or maybe go back to school. Then you might get a proper job. Whatever, he said. Whatever indeed, said Persephone. Go back to school. Or at least try pretending to be something you understand. Street cleaner, village idiot. Thanks for the insults, he said. Are you not tired? Please stop texting me, if you know you want to insult me. No, said Persephone, it's only scammers that need constant rest and sleep. Then get lost, he said again. You could stop texting me if you know you want to scam me, she said. Can I see a picture of you, please? I'd love to see who exactly I'm speaking with, he said. My picture's on here, unlike yours, she said. No, on Facebook, I mean. I can't see it. Please show it to me again. I got mine on my Facebook, he said. No, you haven't got yours on Facebook, said Persephone. You've got a stolen photo. We both know you're an illiterate teenage kid, not a mature man. So she sent him the photo that she uses on Facebook. You look extremely beautiful, he said, but I really don't like the way you're talking to me. I don't like the way you're lying to me and pretending to be a mature man when you're an idiotic teenage kid who has no idea what he's talking about. Why don't you tell me who you really are and what you really do? Obviously you aren't supervising anyone, otherwise you'd be able to describe your day at work. What's wrong with you? He said. What is the meaning of this? You are. Your lies and ridiculous childish stories, she said. I'm older than you, he said. R-O-F-L, said Persephone. And yet you're still insulting me, he said, because you're acting like a teenage idiot. I think you've gone nut or something, he said. How many of you are there? At least two. Go on, give the phone back to your mate. Because one of them was actually making sense, if you look carefully at what was being typed. What is wrong with you, he said. You're what's wrong, said Persephone. Give the phone back to your mate. I think you're insane! Please don't text me! You're crazy! Why not? I'd so love you to describe what you did at work today, said Persephone. I use the word work loosely, obviously, because you wouldn't know an honest day's work if it smacked you in the face with a wet fish. Very funny! But you're crazy, he said. It's you that's crazy, said Persephone. Crazy if you really think anyone believes an illiterate moron like you could be supervising anyone, anywhere. At which point, her man disappeared. I hope you enjoyed this tale of scammer ridiculousness. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified when a video goes live. Please like it, please share it, and please comment down below. And I'll see you again in another video.